What's going on, guys? Jacob over here, coming to you with my instant reactions to the Bucks versus the Magic Game 3. The Bucks take this one 121 to 107 in what I believe is their best performance since coming into the Orlando bubble. The Bucks led this game by as many as 34. At one point, they were up 84 to 50. The Magic were able to cut it all the way back down to 12, but the Bucks went on a little mini run right after that and put it back up at 23, and they never really looked back from there. The Bucks were pretty much in control of this thing from the start, and really this performance all around was probably the best I have seen from the Bucks, and ever since March, when the COVID-19 shut down the NBA. I mean, these are the Milwaukee Bucks that we remember. They did pretty much everything right today. Everybody was very efficient, especially Giannis, who was 12 for 14 with 35 points and 11 rebounds and 7 assists. He was also 9 of 12 from the free throw line. I think that was probably his best performance in the bubble by far. Everyone else, it was pretty efficient performances down the stat line. Chris Middleton was 7 for 17, Brook Lopez was 7 for 10, Eric Bledsoe was 5 for 9. Everybody really contributed. A lot of bench players scored as well. I just think that the Bucks. This is a Bucks basketball. This is what we remember the Bucks being like before COVID-19 shut down the NBA. They still obviously have some areas to work on, of course. They still gave up quite a few threes. The Magic hit 19, although I will say that most of them came in the second half or the fourth quarter when the Bucks weren't playing with the same intensity because they had such a big lead, which is okay. I'm not going to get mad at the Bucks for not playing as hard when they're up by 34 versus when they start the game. But overall, I think once again the defensive intensity was really the big key, and Giannis actually alluded to it in his post-game interview. He said when the Bucks are playing with that level of defensive intensity, they're a really hard team to beat. And I would agree. I mean, I think that's the key for this Bucks team to have success. They have to play hard on defense. They have to close out on the shooters, and when they do that, I don't really know if there's a team that can beat them in a 7-game series in the NBA. Of course, there are certainly teams that have a chance, but if they can play defense at the way they're playing it right now, then it's going to be pretty difficult. But overall, just a fantastic, dominant performance. I'm so happy to see the team playing this well again because, in the bubble, the seeding games, it just didn't feel like Bucks basketball. And every night I kept expecting, this is the night we're gonna finally look like the Milwaukee Bucks, and it just never came. But now, we're playing like we should, and even though the Magic certainly are not the best of opponents, the Bucks are doing exactly what they should be doing to teams like the Magic, blowing them out of the water and not letting them, get back in the game, or when they do try to make a run, just countering right back. I think the most entertaining part of this game was probably, I think it was the second quarter when James Ennis and Marvin Williams got into it, and it looked like Ennis had shoved Marvin Williams, and he kind of stumbled, and then he shoved him again, and then Marvin Williams went full force shove right back at him, and then they had to be separated, and it looked like Ennis might have tried to throw a punch, but it ended up hitting Darvin Ham, the Bucks assistant coach, and got a piece of the ref as well. I'm not really sure what the plan is for the NBA with how to handle that. Both of them got ejected. Obviously, as a Bucks fan, I think I'm more on the side of Marvin Williams here, guy just trying to defend himself. But, I certainly understand the reasoning why they were both ejected. But that was probably the most, entertaining part of the day outside of the Bucks just, destroying the Magic. But, I didn't want to go the whole video without mentioning that because that was pretty cool. It's not often that we get to see ejections in Bucks games because usually our players are able to keep a level head, But anyways, that's all I really have to say in this video. Like I said, I think it was all around their best effort of the bubble, and they really, really played well, and I hope that they keep this up because they're going to need to when they play the Heat, or if they play the Heat, I should say, because the Heat, I think, are the team that, outside of the Raptors, poses the greatest challenge to Milwaukee. But we'll see what happens going forward. Hopefully the Bucks can take Game 4 on Monday. I'll have my reactions to that right after the game as well, just like after this game. But in the meantime, guys, thanks for watching. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Go Bucks.